They could have called it chicken blockers instead of the word. What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. I just watched earlier today the movie Blockers. I recorded this on a Friday night, but it should be uploading Saturday morning. So Blockers is the brand new movie starring, well, not just John Cena, also Ike Barinholtz and Leslie Mann. It is directed by Kay Cannon, the girl that brought us the first Pitch Perfect. She did not direct, she wrote that film, and she also wrote and directed this one. And I love that movie. I thought these trailers were really funny, so I was excited for this film. If you guys have not watched a review of mine, I like to talk about the good, the bad, and then give you my score. Let's talk about Blockers. So when three parents discover their daughter's pact to lose their virginity at prom, they launch a covert one-night operation to stop the teens from sealing the deal. What an interesting premise for a comedy movie. And I will start off with this. This is the second most surprising comedy I've watched all year. My first one, of course, is Game Night, but this one is right up there, man. I knew these trailers were funny, and I really like the talent behind the camera, but I just saw this as another studio film that impressed me to start out, but would end up disappointing me. And I know I shouldn't think that way, but that's just the way people see these studio comedies nowadays. But this one really impressed me in terms of how funny it was, how often I laughed, and the way that the ending made me feel. While John Cena isn't game-changing here, he's not that lead that I was super extremely impressed with. He was really good, really funny. I cannot wait to see what else he tackles. He is one of my most intriguing up-and-coming people in Hollywood. Ike Barinholtz was so fun. He might have stolen the movie for me. Leslie Mann, of course, as always, she works in these comedies, but this was really a good one for her to shine in. But our three girls here, the daughters, man, their chemistry is great. The way that they approach comedy is really good. Their comedic timing is perfect. I thought the casting here was absolutely fantastic. This film also brings you a touch of heart from the director. I thought that was a very interesting concept. Like I said, she did Pitch Perfect, and there's a lot of heart in that movie. It transfers nicely to Blockers. There's also some supporting performances in here. I'm not going to give away any details on who is in there, but they are so funny, and I just loved every aspect of comedy about this film. Okay, not every single joke, but the majority of them landed, and that's rare for a comedy. Everybody's saying it's like American Pie meets Neighbors. It had a really hardcore Neighbors feel to it. I don't think I like it as much as that film, but the fact that it's measuring up, the fact that this story was good enough to get a pass for me, plus all of the jokes that completely knocked it out of the park. There are so many memorable comedic moments in this movie, scenes that I have never seen before on screen. Also, the way that they leave Ike Barinholtz's character to the side, I think is so funny. They have this relationship dynamic between John Cena and Leslie Mann. They just continue to ignore everything he says. I found those moments to be some of the funniest in the movie. And what can I say? You get an emotional payoff at the end. I really appreciated that, even though all of it didn't necessarily land. And it all didn't land. There are some story moments that absolutely fall flat here, some lulls in the film. It suffers from moments of filler. It had a tad bit of a pacing issue towards the end. This is a nitpick, don't get mad at me, but I hate in films when there's an over-the-shoulder shot and you can see a voiceover happening and it's not matching up to the lips that are moving. Just pay attention, kids. I promise you'll find it. And it's okay if it happens every now and then, but I literally counted almost 10 times I saw that in this film, and that's a big negative when it comes to technicalities in filmmaking. Not gonna take a lot of people out of the movie, but I think it kind of compromised my experience. Most people won't notice. I noticed. And the message itself at the end, the idea of what it is trying to teach parents here, teach parents, a movie like this can do that. I don't necessarily agree with it, and I don't support it, but it's a comedy, it's a fiction. I'm gonna roll with it. The movie made me laugh, and that's the most important part. So in the end, Blockers was funny. I think it's my second favorite comedy of the year. Right now, it's in my top 10. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 73%. It's worth watching in a theater. It's going to get a lot of audible responses from audience members. I think you guys should check it out this weekend, as well as A Quiet Place. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. All of my videos yesterday, I was literally creating YouTube content the entire day until 7 o'clock when I went and watched Blockers, came back, and I'm recording this right now. It's been a long day. I am so tired. As always, I'm reviewing movies every single day on the Stardust app. This weekend is my Q&A, probably Sunday morning is when that will be coming out. And be sure to go to MovieBabbleReviews.com. Check out those articles. They have a lot of lists, reviews, and every now and then you'll see my big head pop up. You guys are the absolute best, and I will see you tomorrow.